Once again, from the studios of UNO Television on the campus of the University of Nebraska at Omaha, consider this, a program of issues and information behind today's news.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Come on, we're going for a sleigh ride to spread good cheer again. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Ring out the bells, those Christmas bells.
Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Wyatt. Welcome to this week's edition of Consider This. Our topic, the Rockettes. Joining us to talk more about this precision dance company are Jan Kreger, wardrobe supervisor for the Radio City Christmas Spectacular, and two Rockettes, Nebraska native Rachel Borgman and Emily Blanchard. Thanks to all of you for being here and welcome to the program.
So nice to be here with you, Kathy. We're excited to be here.
Cool. All right, you are currently on stage at the Orpheum Theater. How are the performances going so far, Jan?
Just going fabulous. We've played to packed houses, and it's nice to see the excitement behind the folks that are coming to see the show. It's just been terrific so far, hasn't it, ladies?
Yes, it definitely has.
Rachel, you probably the Rockette closest to home. So for those folks from Norfolk watching right now, what would you say to them?
Oh my goodness. I just like to say hi to everyone back home. Hi Mom, hi Dad, love you guys. And it's been so great to be able to have so many people come from Norfolk and the surrounding communities, bus loads, and so many friends and family have been able to come see me this year performing right here for the very first time at the Orpheum in the Christmas Spectacular. That's something that's so near and dear to my heart, and to be able to share it with everyone back here at home.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how excited were you when you found out that you were going to be coming here?
I started jumping up and down. I called my parents right away. I think they started jumping up and down. And I'm so excited because so many people that haven't been able to come see me, whether it was in New York or anywhere else that I've been performing, have now had the opportunity to come see me.
Wow, that is very cool. Tell us about the journey to becoming a Rockette, Rachel.
Well, I started dancing at the age of 3 at my local studio in Norfolk. After graduating from college, I moved to New York, and I had always grown up watching the Rockettes on the Macy's Day Parade and the Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting. And I saw an audition notice in a newspaper for the Rockettes, and I thought to myself, Rockette, sparkly costume. I remembered seeing them on the, Thanksgiving parade. My mom would yell down, the Rockettes are on, and I was like, wow, I want to do that. I want to be on the Thanksgiving Day parade. And so I went to that audition, and the first time I got cut right away. Second time, I made it through a couple more callbacks. It's a 2-day audition process at Radio City. And the third and fourth time, I made it all the way to the end. But the fourth time, finally getting the job, getting measured for my costume right there at Radio City. And it's been a dream come true ever since.
Oh my gosh. Emily, what about you? What about your audition process? This has got to be pretty grueling, to say the least, right?
That's the perfect word to describe it. It is. Every year, about 400 to 500 women audition to be Rockettes, and depending on how many touring and Rockettes in New York we have, they usually only bring in about, I'd say, 6 to 10 Rockettes every year. So it is, like you said, a very grueling process. It's also, it's 2 days, as Rachel mentioned. They look for your ability to pick up quickly, your stage presence, your attention to detail. Being the Rockettes are one of the most prestigiously known precision dance companies, so that's definitely a big thing. We're tested in jazz, ballet, tap, high kicks, of course. They do make cuts throughout. The second day, they bring the ladies back, and hopefully, within the next few months, you'll get a call and you'll be able to join the line of Rockettes.
So I'm listening to and I'm thinking, everybody has a bad day. So what if you go into these auditions? I can't even imagine the mindset, ladies, right? You've worked your whole lives to do something like this, and so the pressure in and of itself. So talk, Emily, just a little bit about, I don't know, opening up the door and walking in and having it dawn on you that you're really there and you're really going to go through this opportunity.
It's a life-changing experience, the audition process, for sure. When I first went, I had moved to New York. Exactly as Rachel said, I had always wanted to be a Rockette. They performed in Detroit, Michigan, where I grew up, so I grew up going to see them every year. Showed up to Radio City. There was a line of women outside the stage door that wrapped all the way around the corner, all the way down the street. You have to kind of psych yourself up and talk yourself through it. It's a very grueling process, but it's amazing. And there's that light at the end of the tunnel, being able to wear these costumes, stand on stage, create amazing friendships, and be part of American history.
Well, and one thing I want to mention when you talk about the numbers, especially your sister, Emily, is a Rockette as well.
That's true.
So talk about that experience doing this with her.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. We're so blessed to be able to travel together throughout the holiday season. Not very many people in their adult life can say that they spend 3 months out of the year that close with their siblings. So it's been unbelievable. We've been able to be together for 4 holiday seasons, 4 tours of the Christmas Spectacular so far. Our family all comes to join us for the holidays. They get to see us perform on stage. It's an incredible experience being there with her.
What a gift. So what has that done for your relationship as sisters?
It's made us a lot closer. We, for the first time in our life, have the same friends, which is something unusual. We're friends, we're sisters, and all of us are sisters as well. So it's been really great. We've definitely grown closer over those years.
Wow, let's talk about this performance, Jan. We have some facts that we want to put up for our viewers, and if you would just walk us through those and mention anything that you would like to add along the way, that would be fantastic.
All right. There's a big show going on the stage. There's also a show backstage. If you can believe it, we have over 100 people in our cast, in our crew, and everything is choreographed backstage just as it is on stage, because we've got set pieces moving and costume changes happening, and everybody kind of has a little controlled chaos going on back there. But we have to choreograph backstage too, so to keep everything safe, and it's really pretty fantastic.
Okay.
Now, we have a big bus that comes out with the Rockettes on it, and it weighs 7 tons and it's 34 feet long. And even on the bus, the girls make a quick change from one costume to another. So we have to have them ready to be able to take one costume off just like that. And you're just amazed because the girls come out of the doors and they're in another costume. So there's a lot of little tricks that we have along the way, and it's just really exciting. Speaking of the costumes, that's my job. We have over 300 costumes in the show and 1,200 pieces to keep track of. Now everything has to be labeled and kept straight so that if we lose a piece, we know right where it goes back. So it's a lot to keep track of with all those hats and shoes and accessories right along with their costumes.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. I mean, to hear about this stuff is one thing, but then when you see video, and I had to check out the bus, I had to see it for myself, and I want the viewers to look at this. This is incredible to see this thing come out on stage and have the performers. There it is.
It is kind of like being in an IMAX theater. It's really amazing how the video fits with the movement of the bus, and it makes you feel like you're really right there in New York City. So it brings New York City to Omaha.
That is really, all right, now, again, looking through the clips, and you provided such great ones, the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers. So I'm going through, and I was like a lot of folks, I think of the Rockettes and I think of a lot of kicks, and we're going to show those in just a minute. But there is so much else to what you ladies do in terms of just strength and precision. And I'm watching that Parade of the Wooden Soldiers, and there's There's something at the end that we want to show our viewers, just this really neat move that you do. And if Rachel and Emily, you could walk us through what we're seeing there, that would be great.
Yeah, this is part of the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers, which has been around since 1933, and it's actually the exact same choreography since then. And this is a little trick that we do at the end where we kind of fall down like a line of dominoes, and it's a great part for the audience, and we think really, really strong. It really shows the athleticism of the Rockettes and the strength that we have for one another and the teamwork. It's definitely a team effort that we go through, and it's definitely one of the precision Rockette numbers of all time.
Let's talk a little bit before we show our next clip. I want to talk a little bit about the training, because again, for those of us on the outside looking in, you guys, we think you show up for these performances and then you go back home. And there's a lot of training outside of just the dance moves, right? So tell us, Emily, what did you find to be the most surprising piece of training, and tell us about a day in the life?
I've danced my whole life, just like Rachel. I started when I was 3 years old. When I became a Rockette, the thing that was the most surprising to me was how athletic and strong we have to be. I came from a ballet world where ballet dancers are strong and athletic as well, but it was a different feeling to me to do training outside of normal dance class. We have a group of athletic trainers in Radio City. We have an athletic trainer that travels with us on the road, and they set us up with exercises, physical therapy exercises if you need that during the run of the show if you're injured to get you back, and as well as a pre-season exercise regimen. So in addition to our rehearsal process, which is a month, 6 days a week, 6 hours a day, that we're learning the choreographic routines and the precision that requires to be a Rockettes. We all have training programs and nutrition programs outside of that to give us the energy and the strength that we need to be able to perform these amazing numbers.
Okay, so Rachel, I have to ask, what do you eat? And do you eat at all? I mean, we look at the video and we think, do these people, but I think we're losing sight of the fact that you're moving so much. You do, more than one performance a day. And so what do you get to eat?
We eat a very healthy, high protein, high energy diet, and we do work with our athletic training department to help us. So we are doing up to 300 kicks a show, 4 shows a day, 6 days a week. So we definitely are eating a very healthy protein, bananas. We eat after every show to refuel so our muscles can get enough energy and repair so we're able to do the next show, and definitely staying hydrated. And it's just such a high energy show. We have to do that.
Do you ever get to have maybe what you want to have, like maybe just a little ice cream or something like that?
Definitely enjoy our Christmas cookies and a little ice cream, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Rachel's mother sends wonderful Christmas cookies every year.
Every year,
She's taking care of you. I would imagine, though, I mean, we joke a little bit about that, but I would imagine many of the parents and the family members take care of you guys
Yes,
throughout.
we are a family, and that's what's been so terrific about being a part of this show is we're a family and care about one another, and I think it really shows on the stage because it's such a wonderful family show. We have a lot of support from our family and friends back home, but when we're out on the road, we make it good for one another too.
Yeah. We're a Radio City family.
I would imagine you'd almost have to be, or that homesickness would really settle in. One of the things that I wanted to ask you ladies about are the requirements. So you had talked about, both of you, wanting to be a Rockette pretty much all your life, but there are some who are going to dream to do that who aren't going to be able to because there are criteria that need to be met. Rachel, what is that?
Well, you have to be 18 years of age, and between 5'6" to 5'10" and a half are the height requirements. The first thing they do at the audition is actually measure you in bare feet to make sure that you're in the correct height. And then they take you through that 2-day audition process where they teach you all the different choreography and the tap and the jazz and of course the high kicks. And those are the requirements to be a Rockette. And then hopefully you just make it through that audition process and you do a little please, hopefully I get that, and you hopefully will get that phone call.
Well, and Emily, you talked earlier about, I mean, I would imagine that you all have your areas of interest, whether that be tap or jazz or ballet, do you find that there are some folks who maybe do struggle a little bit more than others when you get to a particular number, and that's not really their forte, Emily? I mean, maybe that's the case even with you in certain numbers.
Oh, absolutely. We all come from different dance backgrounds. I think the beautiful thing about the Rockette style of dance is it blends all of them together really well. I personally struggled with the tap dances that we do in the Christmas Spectacular. I wasn't a great tapper. I took numerous tap classes when I lived in New York, so I knew that was a big aspect of what the Rockettes do. I was able to gain those skills, but that was still something that was a little bit challenging to me. The whole tap vocabulary escaped me a little bit, as I'm sure other girls had struggles. But the wonderful thing about the Rockettes and the environment that we create is that everyone is there for each other. And if I was struggling, I would meet with Rachel after, will you practice with me? We'd stand in front of mirrors, go over things. So it's just such a warm community that if there are people who maybe aren't as versed in ballet or tap or modern or singing, all of those aspects that require to be a Rockette, we're there to help each other.
Oh, you mentioned earlier that people 6 or 7 leave each year. What's the most common reason, or is there? Is it just a potpourri of?
It's many different things. Starting families. A lot of women are able to be a Rockette and have a family. Some women bring their kids, their husbands with them on tour. Some people find it just in their souls that maybe this is time for me to hand in my dancing shoes and start a new chapter in my life. It's a variety of reasons.
All right, and maybe you ladies mentioned ages. What is the general average age of a Rockette?
The only age requirement is that you're 18 years of age to audition. As long as you want to continue being a Rockette, you can. You just have to. We have to audition every single year.
So what is your I mean, so 18 to what? What's the age of the oldest member right
I don't
now?
actually know everyone because there's
Okay.
so many of us. So there's actually 120 Rockettes amongst
Wow.
4 casts. So
Okay.
I don't know everyone because you can live anywhere you want during the off season. I'm getting to know more and more Rockettes over my 10 years, but unfortunately I don't know everyone, so I couldn't tell you, you know.
Interesting though, and that's cool that as long as they audition and they make it, they're in.
Yeah.
That is really very, very cool. All right, I want to show the last clip. This is the kicks. This is what most people know the Rockettes for. So we're going to go ahead and put those up. And if you guys want to walk us through this number, it's an amazing number. Tell us what's going on there.
Oh, absolutely. This is our New York at Christmas. This closes the first act of the show. This part right here that the viewers are watching is after our bus ride that we take that Jan had talked about earlier. We exit the bus in Times Square and perform an iconic Rockette number there with our eye-high kicks. There's a circle kick right there that you see. This is the ending kick line. And yeah, it's part of the 300 eye-high kicks that we do a show. It takes a lot of precision. We're not actually touching each other in this. You're feeling the fabric of the woman behind you. So it's everyone's job to stay right where they're supposed to, use their abdominals, the strength that they've created in their bodies, and make that beautiful Christmas magic happen.
Oh my gosh, eye-high kicks. And we talked 300 per show, and you do sometimes 4 shows per day, 1,200 kicks. By the end of the day, are you just, I mean, are you just always, you know, up, or do you allow yourselves time to say, okay, now I can come down, I need that break? Yeah?
Yeah.
I personally, I think that I do kind of take a moment once I get to my hotel room and do kind of take a moment for myself, because I need the moment to rest for my body, because I am going to turn around the next day and do possibly 4 shows a day. But after that 4th show, I'm definitely going to run off to our athletic trainer and jump in an ice tub and ice my muscles and do a proper cool down and all that. So I am prepared to rest well at night and my body can recover so I can do the proper shows the next day.
An ice tub. Okay,
Yes.
that eliminates a lot of people out there. I'm sure they're thinking, wow, and she's smiling about it. She's always smiling, isn't she, Jan?
Yes, she's always smiling.
We have some photos of costumes, but before we go to those, I want to change gears and talk costumes a little bit more here. We were talking before the taping about what these ladies are wearing today.
Yes.
So Jan, walk us through maybe a little bit in terms of the detail in the red and the green here.
Well, these costumes today, my team of wardrobe specialists built this year, and we actually did it during the rehearsal process. So in 3 weeks' time, we made these lovely costumes. There are 2,000 Austrian crystals on each one of these that were hand placed one at a time. So each one of these dresses is specifically made for the girls, each individual dancer, and there's a lot of precision in making the costumes also. You may not know this, you ladies may not know this, but each one of these hems is exactly the same length off the floor. And that's how we create a very straight line with the Rockettes. So they don't even know that piece of information, but we measure exactly all the way around those to make them exactly the same length so their legs all look the same.
Wow.
So there's a lot that goes into all of this, to not only the precision of the dancing, but also in the precision of the costumes. So we have to make them all seem like they're all the same height, but they're not all the same height. You know, we make them all look the same.
Yeah, and you didn't just fall into this, did you, Jan? You've been doing costuming for a little while, sewing and things like that, correct?
I've been the supervisor for the Radio City show for 21 years, and I had a background in extensive sewing, and I have a musical theater degree from Kansas State University, and all those things helped me to become the wardrobe supervisor that I am because of the dance background and music background. They have to be very functional, these costumes do. You have to be able to wash them. You have to be able to repair them. They have to be altered from year to year if you have different changing in cast. So there's a lot of special things that go into this show that create the wonderful illusion that this show is.
Wow.
You know, it all comes together. It's a magical experience.
I don't know about you ladies, but I would have failed that audition. I would have taken out a needle and thread and they would have said, thank you very much, and the time here is finished. So let's take a look at some more examples. We have photographs, and if you could just briefly walk us through maybe something that would be of greatest interest in each.
Oh, now this costume is the reindeer costume, the wonderful opening number of the show. And you may not know this, but the antlers light up at a special time during the number. It's a little special flash.
But that's stuff you have to think about too, right?
Oh,
How to make it
changing
even more
batteries
interesting.
and all kinds of things there. This is the ragdoll number, and this is probably the cutest number for little girls to see in the show. And you talk about athleticism. These girls are lifting these heavy blocks and spinning them around and dancing on them. It's just really amazing and very special. This is the Shine number, and there are 3,500 Austrian crystals on these costumes also. Wow. And that's the sparkliest number I think I've ever seen in my life.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. The girls are just spectacular in this number. So beautiful. And the Parade of the Wooden Soldiers. Now, this costume has been around since 1933, and I have specific regulations that I have to follow to make it be the same as it was way back then. The pants have to be a finger's width off the floor, so we have to hand do all those pants and create the illusion that they're very precise and same shoulder heights, everything like this. Now this, I still don't know how they do this.
I will forever be in awe with
I've
this
been
whole
watching
thing.
this for 21 years, and I still don't know how they do this, but it's just so amazing. And then we quick change out of this number into the next number in about a minute, and they're back on stage. Now this is the Nutcracker with bears, and we have Rockettes and dancers in these bears, and they were created for us by a big costume shop in Los Angeles, and some of it is like there's animatronics in the Sugar Plum there. His eyes blink. So it's really amazing that they can do the whole Nutcracker in these big bear costumes.
Yes, yeah.
And this is New York at Christmas, and this is such a precise dance. So the kicks and everything is just unbelievable. With this is the number that has the bus in it also, and so much going on here. So we're just excited for everyone to come out and see the show. And this is the other number that's in the show that has been going on since 1933, the Nativity, the Living Nativity. And this brings tears to my eyes every time I see it. And
It's beautiful.
it's what it's all about right there.
Some
This is our
people
final
come,
shot here.
This is them coming off the bus.
Wow.
some people come just to see the show for the Living Nativity.
Yeah. Oh, it's
People come
beautiful.
to-
It's
it's
incredible.
absolutely breathtaking part of the show.
That's unbelievable. Well, congratulations, Jan, to you and your team
Thank
for
you.
all that you do to make these ladies look so fantastic.
Well, we're so proud of them. They make us look good, let me tell you.
It sounds like a mutual thing, like a two-way street kind of thing. So, Emily, when you're not a Rockette, what are you doing?
Well, I'm not a Rockette during the off season. I teach fitness classes, which kind of goes hand in hand to help me prepare for the Rockette season in my hometown of Chicago, Illinois, where I live now. When we're not performing in the cities that we're touring in, we like to explore kind of the culture of the city. We'll go to different restaurants. We visited the zoo the other day. So we like to kind of immerse ourselves in what each city has to offer when we're not performing.
Okay, thank you. And Rachel, for those girls watching, right, who are aspiring to become you and Emily someday, right, or like you, what would you share with them?
I would say definitely continue taking your dance classes, take your ballet lessons, and if you have that dream and you work hard and you keep believing in yourself that you too can, possibly be a Rockette someday. It doesn't matter where you come from. I'm from a small town and anyone can do it.
Okay, and in the less than minute we have remaining, if you weren't a Rockette, what would you be doing right now? Emily?
Oh gosh, I can't even imagine my life without being a Rockette. But I'd probably be a physical therapist. I'd like to explore that field.
Okay, thank you. And Rachel, what about you?
I would definitely stay in the performing arts. I think I would be taking after Jan and maybe doing wardrobe or something.
She's
Really?
pretty creative. She's very creative. She comes up with little costumes for me sometimes and says, I have to show you this, Jan.
Yeah, I like to sew, so I
You
think I
really
would stick
do.
with that. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. There's at least one more, Jan, right?
Yes, I'm looking forward to her joining my team.
Well, we want to take this last opportunity to let folks know where they can find more information on both the performance and the Rockettes. So for people wanting more information, they can go to ticketomaha.com. And there's a phone number there too, but again, it's ticketomaha.com. And for the Rockettes themselves, they have their own website, and that would be what else but rockettes.com. And I do want to tell our viewers, you are at the Orpheum Theater until November 30th. If people want tickets, they better get them now because I'm sure they'll go in a hurry. Thank you, ladies, so much. Best wishes with the show.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much,
You
Kathy.
bet, you bet. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week.
Consider This is an issues and information program produced by UNO Television. More information can be found at unotv.unomaha.edu. If you'd like to share your comments about this show, call UNO TV at 402-554-2516 during regular business hours, or email us at considerthis@tvmail.unomaha.edu.